I am here to pitch a program today that I am sure Disney Plus and consumers will love and adore, and it's called Fight or Flight. Now, setting the scene, we are immediately introduced to the star of our show, Bethany Reed. Beth is the key to every sitcom, a lovable main character. She is beautiful, free-spirited, a little bit clueless and ditzy, but she has a big heart and a lot to offer. We meet her through a Modern Family-style interview of her job as a flight attendant, and she takes us through some of the trials and tribulations of genuinely one of the weirdest careers out there. We all think of flight attendant work as being a bit gruesome, dealing with those people you'd rather avoid, and confronting really weird situations like a Karen or someone's projectile vomit. So Beth takes us through some of these circumstances in a fast-paced documentary-style montage of her job. Her kind, funny, and at times aloof nature is adequately illustrated through this segment, and the opening sequence concludes with her breaking the fourth wall, saying, "Well, I mean, this is a bit of a shit show." And then she mouths, "Help me." After the title sequence, she tells the story of how she got to where she is. Still in a Modern Family-style interview, Beth describes her old life in New York City and how she ended up as a flight attendant. As she tells this messy story, we are taken through flashbacks of her pre-flight attendant life, and gosh, is it different. Beth owned a bakery and was living the life in New York City. She was engaged to a Wall Street banker, who, let's face it, was a bit of an idiot. And one night she came home and caught him cheating on her with her best friend, which she claims was an absolute cliche and an absolute scandal. At least she's self-aware. She quickly gathers the essentials, aka her cat and the expensive Chanel bag he bought for her birthday, and she spent the night in her bakery. She was having a Bridget Jones moment, listening to All by Myself and stuffing her face with chocolate cake when a lady came in to buy her daughter a birthday cake. Looking, let's face it, a mess, the lady invited her for a chat. Beth spilled her guts, and amidst her hysteria, the woman saw something in Beth. The woman worked as a flight attendant recruiter, and she asked Beth if she had ever considered being a flight attendant, to which she said not if I wanted a happy life. After some consideration, she realized that she always wanted to travel and was held back by her ex. So she sold her bakery and entered the unhappy phase of her life, which is what we will follow together. Fight or Flight is a light-hearted, quirky, yet classic sitcom. It tells the story of Bethany, her flight attendant friends, and her love interest pilot as they navigate the seemingly lavish yet grueling work as flight crew. The will they won't they between Bethany and pilot Seth spans across the whole season, drawing the audience in through their witty banter and undeniable chemistry. The fictional sitcom will tell stories of love, friendship, and self-discovery. The characters will encounter incredibly funny but incredibly weird people and situations that will make the show enjoyable for the viewer to watch. Set primarily on a plane, the show will offer a perspective on the realities of a job that is feared yet desired, praised yet not spoken about. The fun costumes, unconventional setting, and hilarious characters will create a fun, engaging, and unique show. The show's structure will be episodic with serial elements. This will allow for character development as well as absurd one-episode storylines that focus on the setting of the plane and the profession of a flight attendant. The focal point of the show will be the friendships formed between the characters as well as the romantic relationships, the main of which being the relationship between Beth and Seth. This will be the anchor of seriality throughout the show. The show will use signature stylistic qualities of sitcoms to create a light-hearted and comedic tone. Some of these techniques include comedic dialogue, strategic comedic timing, funny visual and sound effects, characters of diverse humors, good quality acting, and satire. These stylistic choices will establish and uphold the show's comedic and light-hearted tone. Now, sitcoms are not a new thing, and neither are ones set in a workplace. However, a sitcom has never taken place on the dynamic setting of a plane. This will allow viewers to see what it's like to work on a plane, and this setting has an abundance of comedic and dramatic potential. The setting modernizes the sitcom structure and makes it unique and modern. The setting, in conjunction with the comedically crafted characters and storylines, will make for a unique show that fits perfectly within the sitcom format. Over the last 10 years or so, sitcoms have not been produced and distributed as frequently due to the rise of quality TV that the streaming age has offered. There is a need for sitcoms as they encourage people to take life less seriously and to enjoy their lives. People love sitcoms and often rewatch old ones. So I think it is important to revitalize the sitcom genre through a unique and never before done idea. Disney Plus would be the perfect distributor as it is the home of lighthearted programs that make people smile, and that is what this show will do. Disney Plus is the home of shows like Only Murderers in the Building, How I Met Your Mother, New Girl, Modern Family, and all of those shows emulate the lighthearted comedic effect that this show embodies. Disney Plus would be the perfect platform for this show, and this show would be perfect for the platform, bringing more viewers in through a unique, lighthearted sitcom. The show would be perfect for families wanting to finish their night off watching an uplifting show together, and it is best for people aged 13 to 45. Disney Plus is the main distributor of programs for families, and this would be the perfect fit for that. Ultimately, the central theme of the show is that it is okay to not take things seriously. In fact, it is incredibly important. When people reach the age of 30, it is a widely accepted belief that people are meant to have their whole lives together. This is incredibly relatable for a lot of people. This show and the characters in it will make viewers feel okay about being completely and utterly messy. The show follows the lives of characters who may not be picture perfect, but are fun and enjoyable. This is an interesting and important watch as it makes people feel warm, fuzzy, and happy after watching, which is what TV is meant to do. Thank you for listening, and pick up the show.